Good morning. At least for me, it's morning. I don't know what time it is for you, but welcome to my world. We are stuck here, so, and I've just heard word that they've actually blocked off this little village, so I don't think we can even get out of this little village. Now, I'm going to walk up here on the road. I'm not sure if the blockage is going to be right here at the village or if it's up toward the center of town. If it's not over here, then I'll probably go. I see a car coming, so that makes me wonder if that's just a rumor or if they actually did block it off. It wouldn't surprise me because I saw them doing that quite a bit yesterday. Oh, no, they did. There's an earth embankment. We'll walk up here and have a look. Well, as you can see, they blocked it off. It's not stopping these people. And I see somebody else has resorted to driving around through the field, which is what I would do if I had to. But the local village has blocked the road. So, oh, and this isn't just dirt. I see it's got huge chunks of concrete and rock in it, if you can see. Wow. Now, I had somebody talking about how people here are just doing whatever the government says, and I want to point this out. The central government said, don't do this or you'll be punished. So this is actually people everywhere going against the central government. This is showing that they're not trusting what the central government is telling them, and they're taking matters into their own hands, which is very surprising to me, because I thought with China's very centralized power structure, this sort of thing wouldn't happen and people would just fall in line. But this shows you that the Chinese people, their mentality is a little bit different than what you think. They don't necessarily just buy whatever the government says. I mean, they do it, follow what the government says because, well, it's the government. But in cases like this, apparently they might even go against the national government. So I know this is happening everywhere, and, well, here we see it's happening here. And actually, I don't think I want to be outside of this, because then, who knows, maybe the local officials might say don't come back in or something, I don't know. But they're definitely preventing people from driving out or in. Now, somebody asked in the comments if we had a garden or something like that. Now, I'm not at the garden, obviously, but I'm going to go ahead and put a clip of that right here so you can see. I'm assuming that this counts as a garden. And we're actually eating pretty well here. As you can see, here's a meal.
Delicious.
But just the same, I'm really hoping that this starts to wind down sooner rather than later, because being stuck out here is not exactly what I want to do. I need to be out there making money. So every day that I'm stuck here, I'm not making money. And, well, I need money to take care of my family. I can't stay in a little village forever. And now I know, money's not the most important thing here, because money lost, you can always get more money. So I'm not too worried about it, but, well, I do get anxious just sitting around. And playing Xbox isn't good enough. And picture books, well, they're fun for my son for a little bit, but even he gets bored of the same old picture books over and over again. So hopefully things can start to wind down. And then, then life can go back to normal. We'll see. I have no idea how long this is going to last or when the peak of the outbreak is actually going to be reached. I am encouraged by seeing some of the new numbers. It looks like there's more people recovering now than people dying, so that's a plus. The number of people recovered is over 1,000 now. The number of deaths still hasn't reached 1,000 if you go by those official numbers, but just very encouraging to me. I got my hood up because it's just too darn cold out here. You see something interesting coming up here? Here is a Chinese grave. I don't know if I should be recording that, but yes, this is I guess you'd call it a shrine. a family shrine. I guess it goes back to a lot of old Chinese traditions. I'm probably going to have to go back the other way. You can see I'm out here in the fields walking around these rice paddies and things, which they're not growing rice right now, but I'm sure they'll be growing something. I see this one has something kind of coming up out of it. It's not rice, because rice, if it was, it would be full of water here. Which later on, maybe you can have a look at some of that, but right now, I don't think there's any rice growing. But maybe after all this is over, when it's warmer, I can make some videos showing you guys the rice paddies and people working in the rice fields with their water buffaloes and whatnot. It's always interesting to see, and much nicer when it's warm. There is one positive thing about all this. The air is certainly clearer than it normally would be. I guess nobody's at work running those coal power plants, so, and factories and whatnot. Now, it's very bad for the Chinese economy, and probably the world economy as a whole, but, well, hey, the air is nice and clean, which is good for video. You can get a good look at this Chinese countryside. Yeah. Yep, there's the village behind me. And they're the ones that blocked the road. I do want to point something out. This blocking off of the village here, this isn't limited to just the countryside and little villages. This is apparently happening in the big cities as well. There are apartment communities in Shanghai that have taken it upon themselves to block entrance to anyone who doesn't live there. And that has created some difficulties for people that don't own the houses in the apartment community, the people that are renting from them, because they don't have, the thing that says they own the house. The people at the front aren't letting them in, which of course they live there. And again, they're not supposed to do that, but they've taken it upon themselves, going against what the central government is saying to do, to protect themselves, because I don't know if they don't trust the central government and what they're saying or what's going on, but it's really different than what a lot of people would think, or what they, their stereotypical belief about what Chinese people are like in society. Another thing, just as an update, I've heard people are supposed to start going back to work on the 10th. And their plan is that for the train, they're going to book it such that people will have seats that are away from each other to, try and help prevent the spread of the virus. Which means that the trains won't be full and it'll be really difficult to get tickets. And if everybody's going to be going back to work on the 10th, there's going to be a lot of people looking for tickets, and there won't be any tickets. Which will be interesting. And schools are supposed to open on the 17th. Which, I don't know, I have my doubts. I feel like that date is possibly going to be pushed back. They had said the 9th originally, and that's already been pushed back till the 17th. So we'll see what happens with the virus and how much it spreads and whether it's under control or not, which I don't know. It's obviously not looking like it's under control very well right now. So we'll see. If you listen in the background, you can hear the propaganda machine working. These little villages have loudspeakers set up in them, and they just broadcast this stuff every day. It's like every morning, every night, hear some kind of message. I have no idea what they're saying. But maybe if I listened carefully enough, I'd be able to pick up bits and pieces, but yeah, stuck here. So I think that's about all the updates that I have for today. I guess tomorrow will bring more news. And, well, I did want to say, I just heard the bullet train going by. There's a track not too far away, so I can kind of hear it when it goes by. So the train is still running, or at least it's going through. I'm pretty sure that if I drove around that barrier, I'd probably just encounter more barriers somewhere else, but if I could get to the train station in Dingyuan, I could probably get on and go somewhere, but I don't know if it's a good idea, really, the way things are right now. Probably best just to stick it out here where I know there's food and everything and wait for things to improve, hopefully, in this little village. And I guess I'm going to go ahead and end it here, and we'll see you in the next one.